Hello, my name is Joanna Jockin. I am your Math 108 instructor for this term. And here is a quick picture of me. So if you come and find me and have questions, you can recognize me. But for many of you, I probably won't see you this semester. So I just wanted to give you a quick tour around the course, and maybe I'll go back out. So when you look at your MyMason page, you should see a list of courses under Summer 2018 and click there to enter your course. And then the course should look like this. Let me turn editing mode off so you can kind of see what you'll see. My screen should look like yours. And so if this is your first time through the course, click on Start the Course here. And it kind of just gives you little snippets of information, a little bit about myself. I have been teaching here since 2012 at George Mason, but have been teaching for the greater part of probably 17, 18 years. And then some different stuff encourages you to read the syllabus. We'll go through that in a minute too. This course, the technology you need for this course is very low level, but here's some in case you're having trouble. I honestly never get students who are telling me they're having trouble anymore. Some advice about how to do well in an online course. It's a lot of self-discipline and a lot of making yourself show up and do the work, and also just asking for help when you need it. So please don't be afraid to reach out to me if you are getting stuck or having trouble. And then the last thing you'll do kind of immediately is sign up for Mymathlab. Here are some written instructions. And I won't talk a lot about Mymathlab in this video that you're watching right now because there's another one here about Mymathlab. So, and then it says there's a small Mymathlab assignment due Friday. Okay. And then I will also turn on, there's a syllabus quiz that's at the bottom here that I'll turn on after I get done with this video. Okay. So the first thing I really want to do is just walk you through the syllabus. So if you go over here and click on this link for the syllabus in the left, and there should be a Math 108 summer syllabus. If you want to, you can print it out, or you can just follow along with me as I talk through it. So maybe I'll make this a little bit bigger. So let me just talk through the most important things. This is an introductory calculus course or applied calc. Most of the people who take this are business majors or IT majors. If you are an engineering major, econ, some econ majors take this, but a lot of like BS and econ need to take 113. Or College of Science major, this course is not for you. So just be careful. It's mostly business majors and IT majors, and if you have questions about that, just let me know. Here's my email address. You're welcome to email me any questions you have. Sometimes math questions, if you're going to send me a math question over email, it's really helpful for me if you take a picture of what you're doing so I can see where you're getting stuck. That is a much more efficient use of that email, or we can just set up a time to talk. Or you can post questions to the discussion board. During the summer, I hold office hours by appointment to kind of be able to schedule around your schedules. So, and I'm on campus Monday through Thursday. So just email me and we will set up an appointment. I assume you placed into this class. We basically go over kind of the foundations of calculus, and I want you to get a sense of what derivatives are and what they mean in context, and that's my main goal. Required materials. You need, I only require an access code for the ebook. It includes the ebook and Mymathlab, so that's my recommendation. So you can get a physical copy of the book from the text bookstore if you want, but I don't think it's necessary. You need a scientific calculator. And I have a suggested model there. You cannot use the TI-36X Pro in this class, and you cannot use any graphing calculators in this class. So I suggest you get a calculator to practice with now, and then you will be ready to use it on the exam. Don't wait till right before the exam to get a calculator. And this is an online course, so you need to be able to access a computer, connect to the internet. I hope that you're using a high-speed internet because there are videos to watch. You need to access Blackboard almost every day in the summer course, honestly. and then all my videos are in YouTube. So, and usually people can usually access YouTube. All exams are proctored at the George Mason campus. If you're more than 50 miles from GMU, at the time of the exam, you can find an alternate proctoring facility and request approval from me. I have to approve every proctor, so if you're going to be away for any of the 3 exams, then you need to contact me during the first week of class and get the proctor approved that first week. So if you're hearing this right now and need to take an exam at an alternate location, any of the exams, there are 3 of them, if that's you, you need to send me an email right now about getting an alternate proctor approved. I only do those approvals during the first week of class. After that, I assume you're coming to campus. The grade in your course is a weighted grade. Each of the 3 exams, you have 2 unit tests and a final, are 20% each. Then Mymathlab homework and Mymathlab quizzes are 15% each, and written problems are 10% each. So I don't want you to ignore the fact that these 3 things right in here, Mymathlab homework, Mymathlab quizzes, and these written problems, these are all things that you do at your house, and without a time limit. Well, the quizzes are timed, but so you can get really good grades. The way to, if you have trouble like with test anxiety, the way to bring up those grades is to just work hard on these things and make sure those grades are really good, and they tend to counterbalance. That's why the weighting is set up like this, so that maybe you might have a little trouble in the exams or get a little stuck, but then if you're working on your homework and like getting everything right and getting hundreds, that's a huge counterbalance to any low exam grades that you might have. Okay. We use Mymathlab in this course to do homework and quizzes. It's a computer graded system, so it can be glitchy. Everything's due at 11:59 p.m. Although I accept Mymathlab work late for a 20% penalty, and everything is due, though, June 21st. After that, don't accept anything. Okay. Written work is also graded. The exams are half multiple choice, which are close to the Mymathlab stuff, and half written, which means you explain everything that you're doing and show me work. So this written work that I ask you to turn in for each unit is just to mimic those questions you see on the exam, to give you practice, to give you feedback so you can see what grading is like, and you know what grading will be like on the exam. So these written works, I strongly encourage you to turn them in. They're great practice for the exams. They can also help improve your grade. So they're due 11:59 p.m. There's a written work for every unit. There are requirements for turning it in, formatting requirements. I require a single PDF file. I'll say that again. It has to be one file, and it has to be a PDF file. I don't accept JPEG images. I don't accept Word documents. I don't accept 3 different files. So you do need to figure out how to turn this in. Although, again, in Blackboard, I give you very explicit instructions on how to do that. And here's how the grading is done. Mostly I just grade there is formatting requirements. There are kind of expectations for turning in work and doing graphing, but otherwise I just try and give you points for doing the math correctly, or like try to help you figure out what's not going quite right. Okay. I give you written feedback on those. So once I grade them, I'll send you a little email that says, I'll send the class an email that's like, hey, they're graded. And right here, if you click on my grades in Blackboard, you can see the file that I've uploaded that's your graded work. Okay. There are 2 exams in the class and then a final, so 3 total exams. I don't give makeup exams. I don't move exam dates around unless you're, let's say, in the hospital or something. So you need to, if you are going to miss an exam for any reason, you need to get that cleared by me. And like if you have an emergency, a true emergency the day of the exam, you need to contact me as soon as you can to make sure that I will consider that excused. Because sometimes I would say I and students have different ideas about what excused absences are, and I don't want that to become a problem. The exam dates are on the last page. We use a test proctoring center. So usually there's a window of time. It's not like one time on the date, but a window of time where you can come in and take exams. And kind of some academic honesty requirements. So, and again, here we have, if you're living more than 50 miles away from the GMU Fairfax campus, you can arrange for an alternate proctor. I require alternate proctors to be located at official proctoring facilities, and the facility has to have proctoring as one of its main objectives. So I don't give exams, for example, at like your public library, or you can't find a local teacher that will proctor your exam. You can go to a community college proctoring center and get your exam proctored. That's legitimate. You're responsible. I mean, I can give you kind of some hints about how to find these, but you are responsible to do the legwork to find this alternate facility, to send me that information, and so I can contact them and make sure then they can proctor the exam in a way that is consistent with how GMU proctors. And all alternate proctors have to be approved prior to May 29th. And so this first week, again, and I'll reiterate, if that's you, if you have to take any of the 3 exams at an alternate facility, you need to get that information to me right now and send me an email right now. Okay. For late work, I don't accept late work for written work because I try to post solutions pretty quick, so it's kind of pointless for you to turn in something that I have already shown you how to work. Mymathlab is accepted late for 20% penalty, and no exams taken late without a pretty extenuating circumstances. I would also say, like, I understand that people are busy and that y'all have a lot going on, and I also would say, as a college professor, appreciate very much that you all are adults, and I don't really like to get too feel like I'm prying or have to have you give me really a lot of information about your life in order to excuse you from assignments. So I would say, like, I have written this, the Mymathlab late work policy is to just say, maybe you had something going on and you couldn't make the deadline. That's fine. There's a 20% penalty because I want to encourage you to stay up to date, but it's not enough to kind of like make you fail the class. Same thing with written work. I dropped 2 written work grades as kind of just a general for unexcused or excused absence. Life happens. Maybe you had a busy day at work and you couldn't get to it. That's not technically an excused absence, but that's reality. Or maybe just a lot of stuff was happening. So I think you can do that twice in my class, and then after that there kind of is a penalty involved. You get zeros, but otherwise you don't have to. I mean, like, I appreciate kind of knowing if you're falling behind, and I try to keep up with that, but otherwise I don't generally extend due dates. I kind of want to encourage you to stay up to date, but I do try to put this policy in, like I drop a couple written works and I have this 20% just late work penalty for Mymathlab to say, hey, stuff happens, that's fine, it's, and to let y'all be adults and manage your own time. There is a tutoring center if you're on campus in the Johnson Center. It's in room 344, and it should be, I think, open during the summer. So you can check on that. There's the website, and they for sure will have hours if it's open. Academic honesty is pretty important in this online course, so I expect you to adhere to all kind of the academic honesty requirements. Usually that only comes into play if you're cheating on exams, but you're also not allowed to use anyone else's work on the written work or get help on Mymathlab either, so do your own work. If you have a learning difference, please contact ODS so that they can get you registered with the university and that the university can support you and give you the accommodations that you need to help you complete your educations and in a way that is really supportive and helpful to you. Counseling and psychological services are available even to online students. And I think that's all the policy stuff. And then in the last couple pages, you'll see the summer schedule. The class moves fast. So you'll see the first 4 days we're going to cover 2 units, and I usually try to spread that out because I know people come into the course kind of a little bit at a time. So that's on the 24th. All of that is due. The 25th, which is Friday, should be the last day to arrange for alternate proctors. You need to contact me way before Friday because, arranging takes a few days. And then, it looks like there's a typo. May 28th should be this 4th unit. So let me show you. Over here, the course material is organized by units. So this first column tells you what unit we're in. So there's Unit 1, and we'll go over to Blackboard and take a look at that. And that's May 22nd, 21st and 22nd. It's a class introduction, functions, and graphing. And then this last column over here is all of the assignments you need to do. There's a how to use Mymathlab. There's a syllabus quiz. Those are pretty easy. But most of the weeks or most of the units are made up of these 3 assignments. Do homework in Mymathlab, do the quiz in Mymathlab, and complete the written work. Okay, so maybe I'll go over and I'll show you this. So usually when you come into the course, it'll look like this, and we went through the start of the course here. But here's Unit 1. Does that make sense? So this corresponds to that first column. You'll see here some review. If you don't remember how to solve quadratic equations, that's there, rational equations. And then we have 2 lessons. Typically there's 1 or 2 lessons in every unit. So here are all the video lectures that I have recorded for you to help you kind of solve the material in the Mymathlab. So here's lesson 1, here's lesson 2, and it looks like for some reason I had trouble copying this course. It looks like the written assignments are not here, but again the written assignment should be down here below, and I will get that up and running for you before I open the course. But it should be right down here. It should say Unit 1 written work assignment. Okay. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. Let's see. So you'll see all of that is due May 24th, right? Same thing in, let me see if I can open Mymathlab. Let me see if that's, maybe not. It's being stubborn. In Mymathlab, you should see those assignments too. Maybe I can go in through here. So Mymathlab is a single sign-on. So you'll see here, I need to change exam dates, but if you go into homework, you'll see a list of all the homework. And for the summer courses, I just open all of these up, and then you'll see the due dates over here. And then quizzes and tests, same thing. So you can take these quizzes as many times as you want to. And then you'll see the due dates here. Okay. Okay. The other thing I'll say is sometimes in these lessons you'll see right here written work practice. These are just practice. You do not have to turn these in. You don't have to turn these in. But there are other practice problems. So you'll see the page right here, practice written work, and I'm going to open it up. It's just another PDF file, and they're just problems. Like problems on the exam, so I take problems similar to these and put them on the exam. So they're just other problems for you to practice with. And then there should be solutions posted. I have a set of solutions that I put up here in with the practice written work as well, so you'll see those and you can kind of check your own work. Let me think if there's anything else. I think that might be about it. So let me know if you have questions, and I'll get these things up and running for you. And I look forward to having you in the class. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help you.